All right, guys, let's see what he has to say. And if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, let's say you want to get a girl to like you, or your situation is that you don't meet women and you need to know how to do that. You guys can book a one-on-one phone call and I can show you exactly how to structure your social life to attract more women. You don't need online dating. You really don't. So if you guys want to book a 10-minute call, 15-minute call, 30-minute call, I will literally show you. I mean, look, I tell guys, I live the life. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the events that I have in my place. And these are events that are meditation events, drawing events. I don't do it to attract women, but coincidentally, it does attract women. And you guys can do the same. So you guys can book a one-on-one phone call, and I can show you guys how to restructure your life to become more attractive. Let's begin with the video right now. Let's see what they have to say, because
we have emotional detachment. This one is going to go in the soul tax tier. So being emotionally detached, when you're just constantly dealing with one short-term connection after another, I don't even think you can truly be a player, whether you're a man or a woman, unless you've had a relationship that you wanted to work out and it didn't. Like, you had to become detached to it, whether this was your parent, your mom, your dad, or some type of guardian, or maybe even an ex or something like that.
Speed
I
up,
think you have to have had something like that just to give you that numbness that you need to kind of have your heart on ice that allows you to be a player. And when you are a player, you just strengthen this more and more. You know what I'm saying? You're exercising the muscle. You're making that pathway just get even stronger and even stronger. All right, next we have can't stop. Now I got to pick a LeBron here because LeBron, he can't stop playing basketball. We all know Savannah probably wanted him to quit, like after he won that first ring in LA. She was like, look, LeBron, you won this ring. You know what I'm saying? We got kids. Let's settle down. Let's calm down. But LeBron, he can't stop. He's so used to the routine. He's so used to being in the league. He's so used to being LeBron James that he cannot stop playing the game. It's like Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady, he could not stop playing football. And people always say that you have to have like a 304 phase or a player phase. But in reality, it's not something that you get out of you. It's something that you get in you. That's the truth of the matter. You know what I'm saying? Because once you see, it almost becomes addicting. It becomes addicting to get the validation from people. You know what I'm saying? It becomes addicting. It becomes like a game almost.
That's the thing, is that usually what drives players is the emptiness they feel. A lot of players got heartbroken, but a lot of times the heartbrokenness comes because they don't know how to pick. They go after the fun woman. They go after the woman that creates projections. You know, the girl with the Glocky Glock. You know, the girl, that sex freak that you're like, oh my God, she loves me. She's for me. No, she's for the streets. She's a freak, not because of you, but because of how she is. And a lot of times these players come from single mothers. And when you are raised with a single mother, you would never you're blinded by women's red flags. That's what happens. You know, a lot of players don't come from just from two-parent households. A lot of them don't. Like, look at King of the Hill, Bobby, right? Two parents household. He sees dad taking care of mom. He sees the example that dad had with his mom, and so you want to replicate it. But when you're raised in a single mother household and your mom was single the whole time, this is the example that you tend to follow as an adult. That's just how it is.
And it's hard to quit a game when you're at the peak, when you're doing good. You know what I'm saying? It's like when LeBron said he can't quit until he feels like there's nothing more he can give to the game, until he feels like he's cheating the game.
Oh, he's a
so unless you get to that point where maybe you take a big loss from maybe one of the other cons on this list or something else, it's going to be hard for you to stop. It's not impossible. It doesn't tax your soul. If you really want to, you can't stop it. You know, just like almost any other addiction, if you really wanted to stop it, if you truly wanted to stop it, most addictions you can stop. It's the same thing with being a player. If you really wanted to, you could.
No.
All right, next we have burning
because,
bridges.
Again,
I'm gonna put this joint and you will.
You're addicted to female validation. One woman validating you is not enough. And a lot of the times, players are sex addicts. The sex addiction comes from an emptiness you feel from not getting validation as a child from your parents. Players cannot stop. A lot of players end up being cheaters because they're addicted to female validation. And also because a lot of them never have father figures. The father figures they have are rappers and all of these famous guys. And who are they? Players. People who fucking Zion, fucking rappers, all the motherfuckers, Aventura, all them niggas, man. and you want to be that player without noticing that those players, go read those lyrics. Aventura talks about how he's sad and depressed and no woman is enough for him. And we start to associate being a man with conquering women and never truly getting to know a woman. I tell you that from experience.
Later. Look, at the time, man, you might not feel it. You might be like, hey, look, if it don't work out with Shorty, it don't work out. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? She could do whatever she wants. She could tell whatever story. But as you get older, bro, you know what I'm saying? You never know what doors you might have closed by being a player. And this is why it's so important. And I put this in You Will Feel Later because it might not happen now. It might not never happen if you make sure to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, just tell the girl what it is. If you're a girl, tell the guy what it is. You know, just being honest can kind of prevent you from burning bridges. Because, you know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, I'll say, if you're with a girl, even if she just starts out like something casual, like she knows who you are, you being honest, like, hey, look, I'm just trying to have fun. You trying to have fun?
Well, again, that girl would cheat on you. And the problem with players is that players they think they're slick. Players fall in love with the wrong women a lot of the times. They fall in love with the women that don't want them back because they're addicted to the chase, not the achievement of it. And so they'll fall in love with women that are for the streets a lot of the times. You don't believe me? Look at NBA players. Fuck, look at Zion Williamson. Look at Jalen Green. Come on, man. This is why it's so important to have a father figure and having a two-parent household as a child, because it gives you that example.
Let's have fun together. She might enter that like, okay, cool, that sounds good. And then as time goes by, she starts getting attached to you. And then when it ends, now she's mad at you. But at the same time, as long as you were honest, she's probably gonna be like, I did end up getting attached to him, but she'll probably like close it off early or something. But it will be hard for her to have a grudge against you. So she won't, you know what I'm saying? She won't have a grudge against you. Whereas if you don't tell her that you're a player and you know, try to run a game as if, you know, you want to have a whole relationship and live a life with her, and then things go left, that can really burn a bridge, bro. And hell have no fury like a woman scorned. This is 100% true. And this kind of brings us to the next one we have, reputation. I'm gonna put this one in the same tier. You will feel later. You might not feel it in a moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you in your prime, if anything, your reputation might help you. Let's be real. Sometimes when girls know like, oh, he's been with...
Listen, your reputation will hurt you because the good women are not gonna touch you. The women who will not cheat are not gonna touch you. The women who had a father figure and the women who want something stable, the women who have the emotional stability that's granted from a two-parent household are going to see you as a red flag because you're not like their fathers. You're not stable like their fathers. All you're going to be left with is with those ratchet-ass women who find the chaos attractive. Come on, man.
Amaya. Well, now that you've been with Amaya, maybe I'm pulling random names out my head. I don't know people with these names. Maybe Danny wants to be next. That's just how the game goes. Right, so the reputation could end up helping you, but later in life,
there you go.
You know, you look at like this T-app that's been going around. Eventually, bro, it could get to a point where now you're known as a player. You're known as a guy who just has fun with girls, and this could have damaging if you ever want to like have a serious relationship.
Yep.
Because I don't care who you are, whether it's a man or a woman, nobody wants to be with somebody who, like everybody, you know what I'm saying? If you have a little bit of fun, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you were a little bit of a player, or if you're a girl, you were a little bit of a female player, that's fine. You know, but if it's excessive to the point where your reputation precedes you, it's going to be like what Drake said. You know, sometimes I feel like I'll end up with somebody who's been with everybody. You're going to end up being with somebody who's probably been. No
woman that hasn't been ran through is going to go with a player, man. And if she is, you're not the last one she's going to be with. It's only her beginning. We're so seduced by our egos to think that the reason why she's acting slutty is because of how attractive we are, and we ignore the fact that maybe she's acting that way because that's just who she is, and she's seeking love through male validation. Come on, man.
And with everybody, just like you've probably been with a lot of people, or
you're gonna get what you want.
Maybe somebody with extremely low self-esteem. That's no diss to them, but that's the only two options I would really see once you build up an extremely big reputation. Is that. And I'm gonna be fair. They might not have low self-esteem. Maybe they're just extremely understanding. I'll put it that way. I don't want to project that on them.
No. Listen. It's not.
I'm just saying, like,
because even if you are understanding, your self-esteem will create signals of red flags. So even though they are understanding, when a woman has high self-esteem, she sees this. in her there's an inner father inside of her that says that's not the guy for you, because she has seen that. She has seen what a good guy is if she was raised with good parents. I'm not talking. First of all, I am not talking from a moralistic perspective. I'm not acting like I'm flawed, people. I'm flawed, you know. But yeah,
You either have to be with somebody who's extremely understanding, or somebody who did the same lifestyle you lived. That's why you might not want to be an extreme player to where you're like putting up Will Chamberlain numbers. Like you're going crazy. All right, so
well,
next we have
that's hard.
time use. I'm gonna put this one in low key L. I will put it in you will feel later, but let's be for real, bro. You're feeling that right now. All this time you spend talking to girls, by the time you get to 3 girls on your roster, look, you gotta spend at least 30 minutes calling them a week. Minimum. At least one 30-minute call a week. You gotta spend at least one hangout with them every 2 weeks. Minimum 2 hours. So that's 2, 4, 6 hours, 7 hours, 30. That's darn near an extra shift every 2 weeks of unpaid labor. Matter of fact, you're probably spending some type of bread. Now, yes, you know what I'm saying? If you're really a player, the girl's going to be spending money on you, or at least going 50-50, or darn near, yeah, sometimes, look, she'll cover the whole trip. So that's why I didn't put money per se, because if you're really a player, bro, you should not be spending that much money on a girl unless you want to, like, unless you have it like that. Like, nah, there's nothing wrong with taking a girl out and spending money, or if you're a girl, nothing wrong with taking a dude out and spending money on him. But don't go out of your budget, right? Whether you're a girl or a guy, don't go out of your budget. But time use is universal. Like, that's a low-key L, bro. You're spending a lot of time, and you're probably not where you want to be in life. That's no diss. But it's like, you got to think, look, was LeBron where he wanted to be in life when he made it to the NBA? No, he wanted to win rings. So you're always trying to improve in life. And the time you spend getting girls, being a player, is time that could be better spent elsewhere if you're not where you finally want to be in life. But I put it in low-key L because, you know, if that's how you want to spend your time, YOLO. Spend your time how you want to use it. You feel me? So do you. All right, next we have no meaning. I'm going to put this one in. I kind of want to put it in player tax, low-key. But I'll put it in player tax, actually, because it's like a lot of this stuff is just meaningless, bro. A lot of these connections are meaningless. Like, okay, you met her, you had a good time, it didn't really go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you ever going to see this woman again? No. Or is she really going to benefit your life in any other way? Probably not. So ultimately, it really had no true meaning and purpose. But I'm putting it in player tax because even though it had no grand meaning in general, you know, it might have meant something to you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say it's a complete L, but ultimately, yeah, it's a lot of meaningless connections, right? And that brings me to this point, shallow. A lot of the connections are just shallow. So on top of you being a player has no real meaning in life, you don't get any award for that, bro. You're not going to get a championship ring.
I mean, look at Drake.
Your jersey in the rafters.
Look at Drake. Look, he's isolated, sad, depressed, with baby mamas everywhere. No true relationships. You're alone. You're not playing women. You're playing yourself. Look, man, everything's nice in the beginning until you get in your late 30s, and now you're looking pathetic. You know, a part of me wishes I was raised in a better family. You know, part of me wishes I was raised in a better family with examples, but you know, you are the way you are, and as you get older, you got to heal from what you've become. It's just how it is.
A lot of these connections you're making are shallow. Like, they're extremely deep. Y'all probably not talking about nothing.
Yep.
She comes over to the crib or you pull up on her. Maybe y'all like, hey, you seen that Love Island episode? Oh, yeah, for sure. No, it was crazy. Oh, what you trying? Oh, you watched that? Okay, yeah, for sure. Cool. I'll just be cooling for real. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, you look mad good. Like, just really shallow stuff. Y'all are not talking about anything. And this isn't to say that if you get a girlfriend, y'all need to have deep conversations.
And the thing is, these same women are also shallow. These same women are if you tell them you like them, these women will pull away and they'll make you think that opening and speaking about your emotions is a bad thing, when in reality, they're just also closed off. It's just how it is.
On the literature and the economic state and point of view of the world. Nah, not at all. I mean, even if you get a girl, you don't need to be talking about deep stuff all the time. But I'm saying, especially when you're being a player, a lot of the conversations, a lot of the connections will be shallow. The only caveat I would say to that is, once you, like, if you're with a girl for a longer period of time and y'all actually have a real connection, y'all can have deep conversations. But at the same time, in my opinion, if you go in too deep in a conversation, she might feel a little bit too exposed. And now that kind of ruined the whole point of it being a casual thing.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's pros and cons, but a lot of the times,
it makes you afraid to open up.
All right, so next we have ego. So ego, bro, this one is, I'm putting it in, you will feel later. Anything that brings you up, we all know can bring you down. And it's no different when you are a player, right? Being a player, yes, it's gonna fulfill your ego. You know what I'm saying? With all like, look, you could be broke. You could have got fired from your job. You could have nothing going for you in life. You could have just failed your class, failed your test. You know what I'm saying? But if you wake up with a bad Biddington in your bed, who you just spent an amazing night with from sunset to sunrise, there's nothing nobody can tell you for maybe the entire month. Depending on how bad she is, it might be the entire month. It's nothing nobody can say to you. Because there's like, the feeling is just, it's almost ancestral. It's like just an ancestral feeling of I'm him. That's what it feels like. So I can't put it in a, like, as if it's hard to recover from, or if it's a soul tax, because it's not necessarily a con all the time. But at the same time, as you become dependent on that for your ego, it now becomes a part of your identity. So now, what if your life, something happens in your life where you don't have time, or you can't be talking to all these girls, or you can't just have girls at this moment, or have women at this moment, because you're living your life in a way where you don't have the time for it, maybe, you don't have the energy for it. This, now it can harm your ego. It can make your aura dim down. This is why it's so important, right? Like, you see basketball players do this. You know, they become really good at basketball. That's their entire life. And then once they stop playing basketball, they spiral out. A lot of athletes, they spiral when they're done with the sport, because what you have to do is, once you build your ego on this one thing, whether that's a sport, whether that's women, whether that's your job, whether that's anything in life, you need to diversify your ego and diversify your identity. That way you're not just one thing.
That's true. Diversify your identity.
Right? If you're a tall, nonchalant redhead, what happens if, like, we take off your dreads? You got to still be able to be you. You know what I'm saying? Without the dreads. All right, next we have pregnancy.
Oh, Lord.
This one is hard to recover from, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you getting the wrong girl pregnant, bro, like that is an extreme risk that comes with being a player. And it is a con. It's going to be hard to recover from that. This is why it's so important, if you're playing that game, not to be involved with women who you would not want to have a kid with. This is easier said than done. I mean, I know I'm saying this.
Because you go after the glucky glove.
Obviously, most dudes aren't going to do this. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But I'm just saying, you have to really think, because getting a girl pregnant, what Kanye say, bro? For 18 years. 18 years, she got one of your kids. She got you for 18 years.
Bro, like, one time, I almost got a girl pregnant, man, and it was the wrong, let me tell you something, it was the wrong girl, okay? Let's just put it that way. That was the last girl I needed for that shit. And I got lucky. Like, and usually it happens because of lust. Plain and simple, lust. Plain and simple,
really,
bro.
A lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Let's be for real. She really got you a lifetime. But I'm not going to put this in soul tax, because at the end of the day, it is your kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still your kid. You know, and pregnancy, it might be a blessing in disguise. You know, so it might be the highlight of your life. I'm not here to tell you it's necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying that it is a real risk. And if
not
you're
with the
player,
wrong girl,
you probably don't actually want to have a pregnancy with this girl, or else you probably will be taking her a lot more seriously. So I'm going to still say this is a con, bro. Like, that's why it's so important to always protect yourself, protect her. And also, that's why sometimes being a player just is not worth it at all.
Well, it depends, right? A lot of players are addicted to sex. So and also because emptiness, a lot of guys have unprotected sex because it makes them feel closer to the woman. If you feel lonely on the inside, you're gonna naturally gravitate towards unprotected sex because you feel closer to her emotionally. It's a pseudo closeness, to be honest with you. And all right, man, let's finish what he has to say.
All right, next we have damaged. So damaged. I'm putting this one in soul tax. Now look, when you're a player, I don't think being a player low key protects you from certain damage that dudes who are not players will encounter. For sure, that's definitely probably true. Like, there's some stuff that people tell me, I'm like, dang, that's crazy. But and no, I'm not a player. I'm not saying I'm a player at all. I'm just saying in general. But if you stare at the abyss long enough, it stares back
at you.
If you are a player, you're interacting with a lot of girls who maybe have damaged themselves. And when you're just swimming through all this mud, it's hard for you not to have any type of dirt attached to you. Like, it's hard for you to just really go through this and just, like, completely have no type of just, like, take no type of damage. You know what I'm saying? You could have the best shields and everything up. You're still going to take some minimal damage, even just from seeing how much a woman could be hurt by interacting with you. Like, you might not even want to cause her any.
Yeah, man. I totally agree, man. And damaged women want to hurt you back. They'll want to get revenge. They'll want to hurt you. That's a fact. You gotta be careful with those types of women, man. Anyways, man, look, man, go check it out. If you guys want to book a one-on-one phone call, just go right here. There, you'll be able to book a one-on-one phone call. And by the way, I'm creating my course. It's called The Game. It's literally how to meet women in a social way. It's honestly, if you motherfuckers are still doing online dating, y'all gonna end up bitter. Okay. And if you guys want to check out my course, Dark Game, you click on the description down below and purchase it. I'm gonna make an email list so that you guys actually, I'm gonna put it. In the next video, I'm gonna put a pre-order link so that you guys can pre-order that course. But if you guys want to check out Dark Game, check it out. It's a 30-day money back guarantee. And I have a lot of good testimonies from that course. I should include it in that. Anyways, man, thank you very much, everyone, for watching my videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.